I know what time it is. The Real Talk Sports Show is coming up right now. Welcome to the Real Talk Sports Show. I'm your host and minister, Jonathan Simmons. And we thank God for those of you who decide to tune in to join us here on another live broadcast of the Real Talk Sports Show. We're broadcasting to you on multiple platforms, Facebook, YouTube. We're also on Twitch, and we're also on just about every platform you can think of. So hopefully you guys are joining us somewhere. Also, you can watch us on the big screen. We are broadcasting on the Roku channel. It is Tiki Live. Go to the Phoenix Entertainment channel, and you can find us broadcasting right there live on the big screen if you want to do that. Or, you guys can do that. What do you call it thing? The Sharecast. You can do that too. So whichever way you're watching us, we appreciate you. Remember, if you're not watching on YouTube and you are familiar with YouTube, please go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. We appreciate you so much for doing that because we are trying to reach the phenomenal, fantastic number of 1,000 subscribers. And we can't do it without you. So again, we appreciate you and we ask you to please join us and to go ahead and follow us on social media anywhere at Real Talk Sports, the number 7. That's the way we are on every platform, including Facebook, including YouTube, and all the rest. So please, man, please, sir, tune in and subscribe. And remember, hit that bell and let you know when we are on the air again. All right, it's been a big weekend of sports. NBA playoffs continue to rock and roll. We had some great games, as you expect. These series look like they're going right down to the wire, with exception of maybe the Cavaliers and the Celtics. Celtics knocked off the Cavaliers the other night. They have now commanding 3-1 lead. But everybody else, it's knocked down, drag out. 2-2, 2-2 everywhere. And we saw some epic games over the weekend. Great stuff in the NBA playoffs, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in the broadcast. Also, the Bravos get a nice win, a shutout win. I think it's their 5th or 6th shutout for the season. So the Braves continue to try to chase down the Phillies, who are the hottest team in Major League Baseball. We'll talk about that as well. Also, we want to continue to talk about the Atlanta Falcons and people still feeling some kind of way about the Michael Penix decision. And one of those people is their starting quarterback that they're paying $180 million to if he plays all 4 years, Kirk Cousins. Feeling a little salty, feeling that maybe the Falcons kind of misled him. We're going to talk to our man. He's scheduled to come back. He's been busy, but he's going to be giving us the critique from the camp. I'm talking about the one and only D. Orlando Ledbetter will be joining us in the second half of the broadcast to talk about the Falcons because he is the embedded beat writer of the Falcons for the AJC. He is live on the scene virtually every day at Falcons practice. So we look forward to him talking to us about what is happening up there in Falcon World. And then, of course, the other big news for Atlanta sports fans is the Atlanta Hawks have secured the number 1 pick in the NBA lottery. Number 1 pick. So I want to get what your thoughts are about that, what you guys think about the Hawks now having the number 1 overall pick in the NBA draft for 2024. Speaking of NBA, WNBA season about to kick off. I think it's kicking off today, if I'm not mistaken. The Caitlin Clark and the Bayou Barbie, they all will be hitting the floor tonight As a matter of fact, I believe the Dream actually goes out to LA to play. Of course, Angel Reese with the Chicago Sky. So we look forward to seeing her here in Atlanta, and we look forward to having our lovely Tree Dolman talk to us about that. And also, we're going to have some other contributors. They'll be talking about women's sports because here in Atlanta we have women's volleyball, we have the women's basketball team. So a lot of big stuff going on here in Atlanta as far as women's sports. We're going to talk about that as well. So we got a big show tonight. And for those of you who are watching, remember, you can comment on social media. I will be able to see your comments. We'll bring them on and we will let you guys kind of tell us what you think about it. Now, the other thing I'm going to do here tonight, let me go ahead and check my screen here. I'm going to, as I've done from time to time, for those of you who are feeling like, feeling a little jiggy, you think I'd like to be on a Real Talk Sports show myself. Good news. I'm actually going to put the invite right here on social media. So what you can do, you can join us like a guest, just like on Zoom. Here's the link right here for those of you who are watching. I know some of you are listening to us on the replay via our podcast, so you can't do it, but there it is right there. There's the link. Click on the link just like Zoom. Go on your phone or go on your laptop, and you'll be able to be a part of the broadcast. We'd love to have your thoughts and your comments about it. Our title is, What Should the Hawks Do with the #1 overall pick? And we're going to give you also some NBA updates from NBA playoffs. Like I said, again, it's been must-see TV. Also, look for exciting updates from our man, D. Orlando Ledbetter, as the Falcons conundrum continues. Will we have a quarterback controversy? We don't know. All right, before we get into all of that, we're going to take a quick little break so we can talk about all those people who are nice enough to support our broadcast, including my full-time employer, Allen Vigil Ford. Let's listen to what we got cooking at Allen Vigil Ford. Keep it locked right here. For more of the Real Talk Sports Show, we'll be back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Thank you, and thank you. Are you in the market for a new vehicle? Well, check out Allen Vigil Ford Lincoln in Morrow, Georgia. We have one of the largest inventories in our area for both new and pre-owned vehicles, so we're sure to have something for everyone. Family owned and operated since 1982, customer satisfaction is our #1 priority. Come see our full lineup of vehicles and find the one that best fits you. Give us a call today, 678-726-5739, or shop us 24/7 online at allenvigilford.net.
Welcome to the Real Talk Sports Show. I'm Aria, the first AI presenter for Real Talk Sports. We want to get your feedback about my participation in the show, so please leave comments. So stay tuned, the Real Talk Sports Show is coming up.
Back here with the Real Talk Sports Show. As I mentioned, I'm your host, Minister Jonathan Simmons. Appreciate all those of you who tuned in to join us here on the broadcast. And so the big story is the Atlanta Hawks have the #1 overall draft pick in the upcoming NBA draft. That's right. They're not in the top 5. They're not top 10. The Hawks, I think, for the first time in their history, actually are picking #1 overall. So my question to you is, and I put it out there, who should the Hawks pick with their first pick? Who do you think the Hawks should grab as a first-round pick? Well, let's go and take a look at the NBA mock draft. They've done a mock draft already. As soon as the lottery hits, they got the mock draft, and pretty much everyone is saying that a Frenchman, Mr. Alex Sarr, will be the #1 overall picked by our Atlanta Hawks. One thing that has changed quite a bit since the Hawks drafted Trae Young, and when everybody was playing small ball and everybody was kind of trying to be, like the Golden State Warriors with the Splash Brothers and bombing away from three-point range, the NBA, as most sports are wont to do, has changed. Now you have to have a big man. You need some bodies in the paint. You're seeing here the two-time reigning MVP Nikola Jokic just bangs away down there, down low. You see with the Lakers, even though they got up very quickly, they obviously had LeBron James, and they also had the unibrow. I can't think of his name right now, but anyway, he'd probably get mad if he was anywhere near me. But that's what you're seeing. You look at Zion Williamson in New Orleans. People have some beef. Even the Celtics, although they are not necessarily big man beef, they are lengthy. You look at the two stars in Jaylen Brown, and man, you know what? I tell you, either I need to get more sleep or something going on because I'm blanking out on my name. Jason Tatum. Look at these two guys who had big games in their playoff game and then win the other night. They need bigs. And with the Hawks, one of the things is when you have a smaller point guard, a guy like Trae Young, you need a rim defender. You need somebody who can defend against some of these bigger teams that have, 6'10", 7-footers that they can throw at you. And the Hawks, no disrespect to Okongwu or Clint Capella or any of those guys, but they just don't have the size. So for the Atlanta Hawks, it looks like everyone's picking them to pick. Let me make sure I have the name right. Let me go ahead and pull it up, guys. Let's get it here. It's Alex Sarr, Sarr. That's who everybody is picking. That's the consensus mock draft. Let me take a look at it here. This is the NBA draft board. First mock draft. This is what it says here. Number one overall, the consensus so far. And this was as of yesterday. With the Atlanta Hawks, now at the number one pick, they're picking. Everybody's saying that they're going to pick Alex Sarr. Alex Sarr, who plays over in Europe. And this is what they say about Alex. Actually, his name is Alexandra Sarr he actually plays over in Australia, but I think via way of France. They say he's an impact player on defense and who's been growing into a larger role on the other end, should offer immediate complementary help with the potential for more. Now, keep in mind, guys, this particular draft, as it would be with the Hawks, this is not the deepest or the best draft class that we've had in a while. There's no real superstar. There's no guy like Wembanyama. There's no guy like now, of course, people say, well, we drafted Trae Young, but they're in the draft that Trae went. You also had Luka Doncic. Last year, you had our man from Georgia, who's burned up the league right now. So, you don't have those kind of players right now. You don't have that depth. But it does appear the Hawks will be able to get a big man. He's 7'1", and he's slated to be a forward center. A lot of people call him a poor man's KD. Now, I'm going to tell you something right now. If, in fact, the Hawks could get even 80% of what KD has been to the NBA this far, I'll take it. I mean, if we could get a guy who could legitimately give us, somewhere between 17 to 22 points a game, I'll take any number in around that area. Give us at least 8 to 10 rebounds a game, and more importantly, a couple of blocks. I'll take it. I'll take it because that would be a vast improvement for the Hawks defensively. And I think the other thing, too, is allow the Hawks to do something which I think they should do quite often. When you have a young team, I think you should run. I think the Hawks should be moving the ball up and down the court. Now, some people say they can't do that too well because of the way that Trae plays. He's kind of what they call ball intensive. I don't care. I'm like, hey, man, that's the guy. That's the guy we need to be looking to get some size and then move the ball up and down the court at will. I'm like, run, man, run. I'm pushing the ball. I'm using Trae's speed. I'm using DeJounte's playmaking ability. And I'm like, hey, man, run that ball. So, again, consensus mock draft. Again, it's way too early, but they're talking Alexandra, a.k.a. Alex Sarr, from out of the Perth Wildcats in Australia. Again, 7'1". They say he's, again, a poor man's Kevin Durant. That's a big statement. Like I said, I would be happy if I get even 80% of that because that means the Hawks would now have a legitimate big man who will score and defend. And again, it said that he's an impact player on defense immediately, which the Hawks, don't play D. So right off the rip, I think it would be great. Another guy they talk about is Zachary Richaker. He is from France. He is a guard forward at 6'8". A lot of people said that he looks the part, two-way ability to deliver on potential. The floor is high, but they said so is the ceiling. This guy they think could be a major star in the NBA. And number 3 pick is Nikola Topic, 6'6" guard. Again, plays over in Europe. Tall guard, deft passing touch, and the ability to create opportunities for himself and others. He is a nifty handler of the ball. This guy is evidently must-see TV, spectacular passes, and he can shoot as well. So those are the top 3 guys everybody's saying in the mock draft. But it would be unlikely, but based on what the Falcons did, who knows? It'd be unlikely that the Hawks would draft another guard or a forward, small forward. I think that, again, Alex Sarr is going to be their man. Well, guys, every time we do this show, we bring on one of the most beautiful women in sports talk radio or TV. We simply call her the queen. Tree Dolman is back in the building. Tree, welcome back.
Hello, Jonathan. Hi, everyone.
What's up, Tree?
What's up?
A lot of excitement here. A lot of excitement. Hawks #1 pick overall in the NBA upcoming draft.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool for them, but I just have a question. I have questions. Like, why are my Detroit Pistons not the ones with the first overall pick? It just doesn't make sense. I mean, the Hawks season, it is what it is. But I'm so happy for the Hawks. So at least since it's not my team, I do like the Hawks. So I'm happy, and I can't wait to see who they draft and bring in. I think it'll be exciting.
To answer that question, why Detroit, even though they technically had the worst record, did not get that. If you may or may not remember, but a few years back, in the attempt to allegedly avoid teams tanking, you have to put the balls in it, and it's.
I know how it goes. I get it.
Right.
I watch it. I see. I don't like it, but I get it.
Yeah, and again, it's allegedly designed to prevent teams from tanking, but I mean, at the end of the day, who knows? I mean, but the bottom line, the Hawks, I think it's the first time in their history that they actually have that #1 overall pick.
Yeah, now let's see what they'll do with it. That's pretty amazing to have the number one overall pick in the draft. I mean, that means that it's all in your court.
Yeah, I mean, as I mentioned earlier before you came on, this is not necessarily the deepest, draft they've had in a few years. You don't have, when I shouldn't say deepest, they don't have that one or two compelling superstars. Over the last couple of years, we have Zion Williamson. We had Trey and Luka come out in the same draft. You had guys that everybody knew that were pretty much, not missed, not only being be able to play, but being an impact player and possibly an all-star, which we've seen from these guys. And even as we've seen from the Ant-Man, #1 pick overall, I mean, he's beginning to morph into certainly what we've seen. I don't want to overblow it, but he's been doing Michael Jordan-ish type stuff here in these playoffs so far. I mean, he's been epic.
Really playing some great ball.
Yep, but you don't have a guy like that in the draft. So hopefully it's Alex Sarr. Again, he's long, 7'1". They say he is a outstanding defender. Hawks don't play defense. And they also say that he has the ability to potentially score the ball. And like I mentioned, some people are referring him because of his lean stature and his smooth touch, a little bit like KD. But if you give me, listen, like I mentioned, if you can give me 70 or 80% of what KD has produced, I'll take it. So that's it. Now, Tree, the other thing that's pretty interesting here in this mock draft that they have so far is that the number of foreign players. Matter of fact, foreign players make up the top 3 projected players to be taken off the board. I just mentioned Alex Sarr from the Hawks, Zachary Ishakar for the Washington Wizards, Nikola Topic for the Houston Rockets. Those are the projected top 3 picks. Now, it's interesting. Your Detroit Pistons are slated to pick up Donovan Clingan from the University of Connecticut, the back-to-back 2-time defending NCAA champions. And they said that he should be a great defensive anchor, as he was for UConn. And they say he should provide a steadying presence once he's adjusted to the pro game. And they said, meanwhile, long-term, the offensive potential is there. So it looks like you guys are going to get a big man as well.
Yes, we will see. We also need some veterans. Don't get me wrong. We do great with the drafts. We know that one year we had the best draft out of all of the teams, and it's still not equating to wins. So we need to draft well. We have a great young team, but we also need to go out and get a veteran superstar, 1 or 2, to bring in with our young guys. And then I think that will make the difference. But yes, I love the big man. I know a lot of people are talking about how they're removing the big man from the game. Well, they're trying to remove the big man from the game with the way that they're doing the NBA All-Star and the way that they're doing all these other things. But you cannot remove the big man from the game because you need the big man. Just look at Rudy Gobert. He is just phenomenal. And other great big men. Big men are needed on the court, and they make a big difference. And they block shots, they get rebounds, and that's what you need. So I will be super elated if we got another big man and one that really makes a big difference in the paint.
Yeah, I mean, and you guys, had a big man for a while that was just dominant, 2 or 3-time defensive player of the year. And my mind's going like, his name was I'm drawing a blank, but in any case, yeah, we know that big men can affect the game in a big way. Like you mentioned, Rudy Gobert, and we look at obviously the two-time defending MVP in Nikola Jokic. I mean, the Joker. I mean, I was watching him the other night against Minnesota, and you watch this guy. He's not he's not flashy. He looks like half the time he can't jump. He has a lot of times a very awkward shooting motion, but this guy knows to put the ball in the basket, and he knows how to find his teammates with an unbelievable eye and touch. Yeah, this guy is just showing you, hey, a big man can do it all.
Oh yeah. And a lot of the big men, they're out shooting 3-pointers and everything. They're just not in the paint, but that's just where they live. But you can't take the big man out of the game. I know they're trying to eliminate that position. Not going to happen.
Yeah, I thought that was trying to get more fans involved, and people thinking, okay, well now it's in every man's game. But at the end of the day, I mean, the NBA. Yeah, don't get me wrong. The way the Golden State Warriors are put together, they were somewhat unique with the Splash Brothers, and obviously, Steph Curry having an unbelievable range, matter of fact, unlimited range with Steph Curry. The guy can shoot from you on the court. That's a you don't see that all the time. Most teams can't duplicate it. So now they go back and realize,
Oh,
hey,
of
I guess
course
we need some
not.
big men. Right. We need big men now.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Teams can try to play like the Warriors. There's only one.
only one. So yeah, it's going to be. I think it's going to be very exciting to see what who picks who. But like I said again, the Atlanta Hawks. So there's going to be a lot of buzz in Atlanta here for quite a while, as everybody talks about the Hawks and who they will pick. And the closer we get, the more the mock drafts and so forth are going to go up. And I think that most Atlanta fans also are hoping and praying that we don't have Falcons 2.0 and that we get a shocker and draft someone that can't help us right away. So I think that again, fans are going to be on their pins and needles as that goes on. There's been great stuff going on in the NBA tree. It's been must see TV, very big. Which game kind of stuck out for
Yeah.
you as far as games that you watched over the weekend? Which ones were the ones that kind of say, "Hey, this was it"?
It's not one game. I'm loving every single game. I mean,
Okay.
this is what I love about the playoffs. I used to look forward to just watching the playoffs back when the basketball teams did not play hard all season long until the playoffs. But now that they've added the play-in tournament and all these other in-season tournaments, now you're seeing great basketball throughout the season. But still, once it comes to the playoffs, it's up another level. So I love the commercial where there's like, oh, playoff Tatum and all this. Yes, you do take it to a different level. So I can't just put my finger on one game because all of the games that I'm watching are really phenomenal. And I know that we've had a couple of blowouts and different things of that nature, but when you see what these players are doing and just the energy that they're playing with and the passion and they want to win, and it is really going to be some great basketball. We probably thought a couple of teams were going to get swept, right? And then look, they're coming back and getting wins. So I can't just put my finger on one game in the series, but it's just really phenomenal basketball that's being played. But what about you? Do you have just one game that has really sparked your interest or something that has just really blown your mind that you didn't see coming?
Well, I will tell you that Anthony Edwards has been. I mean, it's been incredible watching this guy. I really, and this is going to sound odd to me personally. The other night, if I was the coach, I know you have to kind of be careful with today's players, but I would have probably let him take 30 plus shots. As it was, he took 25 because the Denver just couldn't stop him. I mean, he did anything he wanted. He could shoot from. He was hitting threes, and he was able to slash and dash. I was like, "Hey, man, just do. We're gonna ride your back. Score 60. Do what you got to do." But at the end of the day, Denver played like a champion. I mean, down 2-0 at home, and they go on the road. So that's the thing that intrigued me the most. The defending champion showing like, "Hey, we might lose this series. We're not gonna get blown out like you said or swept like it looked like at the beginning." So that's the thing that intrigued me. That game, games 3 and 4 Denver versus Minnesota, I was like, it just was like old school. Anthony Edwards, Joker, going back and forth. I think Edwards ended up with 44. The Joker ended up with like 34 and 8 or 9 assists, 10 rebounds. Yeah, that was it for me.
Oh yeah. They're going.
Let's go to social media here. Looks like we got Sully. He says,
Sully.
"Oh,
Hey, Sully.
there he is." He says, "Oh, shucky ducky, guess who's back?" And then, of course, he said, "Patrick J. Slices in the building, but not on the green, baby. You absolutely believe it." And he simply goes, "Tree."
Hey,
My man Sully.
You missed the shout out I gave you. I'm going to give it again. Make sure you guys go to Village Burger. The food is amazing.
Amazing.
It's amazing. Thank you again, Sully, for having us. I still keep talking about it. I had such a wonderful time. The food is amazing. The menu is amazing. Mwah, magnificent.
Sully was a great host. I mean, just absolutely great host. Enjoyed hanging out with him. All of his staff were fantastic. It was pretty cool that staff even wanted a picture of us. I thought that was pretty cool too. Okay, Sully says they're in Alpharetta now. You reading that right? He's I'm in Alpharetta. Okay. All right, so you got to put the address up. I think that's even closer to us. So go ahead.
Yeah, I mean the Johns Creek location is close as well, but I do want to know where the Alpharetta location is.
So we can send people over there. Speaking of that, guys, I'm gonna let you guys take a quick little peek in a moment when we go to our break, and you can take a look at the great food that we had when we were up there. Again, if you just tuned in, you're watching the Real Talk Sports Show. We're talking Hawks. We're talking NBA playoffs. Hawks #1 pick overall in the NBA draft. NBA playoffs have been must-see TV for real, for real. Every series pretty much tied up at 2-2. Let's go around the horn. Pacers down 2-0. Turned on the Jets last night. Blow the Knicks out 121-89. Their series is tied at 2 apiece. Also, as I mentioned, over in the West, the Nuggets and the Timberwolves, same thing. Timberwolves jump off winning the first 2 games in Denver. But Denver says, we are the champions, and they've come roaring back, winning game 4. Now the series is tied 2-2. And as Joker said, he said, hey, it's best 2 out of 3 now. We just have to hold home court. The Thunder and the Mavs, another series, which has been must-see TV. The young guns are out. Luka Doncic, SGA was incredible as they now tie this series at 2. SGA did what he's been doing all season long, 42 minutes, and look at his stat line tree, 34 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists for the man that many thought should have been potentially the MVP, even over Jokic. And let's go to Dallas. It's been the 2-man show. Luka Doncic and he did not. Kyrie Irving. Now, that was the big key last night as Irving was held to just 9 points. He had 9 assists as he was dishing, and Luka was held to just 18 points as SGA and the Thunder show some thunder to tie the series up at 2 apiece. And then going back to the East, the only series that looks like it might be over, Celtics squeeze out a 109-102 win over the Cavaliers in Cleveland. They now take a commanding 3-1 lead. I'll give you guys an update right now. Knicks at home in game 5. They currently lead with about 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Knicks 31, Pacers 25. So yeah, Tree, it's old school. This is what I like. Stars coming out to play. Oh, wait a minute. We got an update from Sully. This is the address right there. 497 Alpharetta Highway, Suite 8, Alpharetta, Georgia. So check out our man, Sully. And speaking of that, yeah, Alpharetta Highway, Suite A.
Okay.
I don't know where it is. I'm a South Side guy, but I'm assuming it's somewhere in, I guess, downtown Alpharetta, I hope. I don't know. But we'll have to come see you out there too, Sully. Maybe we can stop by on the way out to the Falcons camp or something like that. All right, guys, we're going to take a little bit of break now. You're watching the Real Talk Sports Show. We'll be back in just a moment. And before we go into the break, you're going to take a look at the wonderful food we had at the restaurant. So keep it locked right here for more of the Real Talk Sports Show. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Please, boys and girls. Oh, excuse me, men and women. Please don't go anywhere. Check out Sully's wonderful burger and food.
Village burger.
Okay, guys, as you can see, Sully told the truth as advertised. This is the turkey burger and fries. And the queen has, what do you have?
Chicken. I have a wonderful chicken sandwich with cheese, lemonade, no ice, and fries.
Good stuff. And there's my. Did you know that Allen Vigil Ford in Morrow, Georgia also has Lincoln? Over 35 years of using the Vigil Touch to provide excellent customer service, works hand in hand with the Lincoln Motor Company to provide a luxurious and seamless way to acquire your next luxury vehicle. Lincoln has an array of full-service complimentary owner benefits. These benefits include hospitality partnerships, service pickup and delivery, all which can be accessed through the Lincoln Way app. You can even contact the 24/7 concierge to have someone assist you. Come and see our great inventory of new and pre-owned Lincolns today. Call 678-364-7345 to make an appointment with one of our brand champions or shop 24/7 online at allenvigillincoln.net. Just want to say congratulations on getting your new F-350 from us here at Allen Vigil Ford. Thank you for your business.
Thank you.
God bless. Congratulations. What do you think? Is it worth the wait, buddy?
I love it. I can't wait to get on the road with it.
Well, listen, man, thank you very much, and congratulations to you. Appreciate your business.
Thank you, Jonathan. Appreciate your business.
Congratulations, Amici, on your new F-250 that you got from us. How was your experience here at Allen Vigil Ford?
Thank you so much, Jonathan, man. I appreciate everything you did for me, man. This is awesome right here. And you.
So, guys, if you need a vehicle for yourself or your business, please check us out at Allen Vigil Ford. They're located at 6790 Mount Zion Boulevard in the city of Morrow, Georgia, right now, heart of Clayton County. And guess what? You got a friend and a family. That's right. You can come see yours truly. Give me a call, 678-410-9833. Love to be of assistance to you, family member, your business. We have great deals there. And even if your credit's a little lumpy like mine, we have a special finance manager named Mr. Shed Harris. And last but not least, if you like luxury, Lincoln. That's right. Lincoln right now has a special on their SUV. It is called the Corsair. And the Corsair is a great, great vehicle. And it now has 2.9% financing for 72 months. And you don't have to have sparkling credit to get the 2.9. So imagine you thinking I'm going to pay 17% and instead drive out with a luxury car at only 2.9%. So again, give me a call, 678-410-9833. Or you can also email me, jsimmons@realtalksports.net. I'd love to be of service to you or your family or your business on getting your new vehicle. All right, more sports talk here. We have made an adjustment here. And there's the queen. We see you there. Praise the Lord. Amen. In her glory. I love it, guys. So yeah, everybody, it's like you said, it's a lot going on here in the world of sports. And pretty soon he'll be joining us probably about another 10 or 15 minutes or less. Tree, good news. After having a lot to do with family and frats and, of course, all the things going on with Falcons, our good buddy, D. Orlando Ledbetter, will be joining us here tonight. So we look forward to D-Led popping on and saying hello to us. WNBA, Tree, how excited are you? The ladies' season starts tonight.
I'm very excited. We know that there's been a lot of talk from fans, a lot of viewers that have joined into watching the WNBA. Caitlin Clark, of course, is the big popular person to watch. Everybody's coming to watch her. Arenas are selling out for the first time for games that she's playing in. And so I just think it's wonderful for the WNBA. This is I believe their 28th season. And it's just a big step for them. So I'm looking to see how they can move forward and capitalize. We're also hearing that we're going to have a team added in Toronto. There's another team, I think, from out west that they're going to add. So that's what we want. We want more teams to join because we have so many talented women who play basketball. And the more teams that we have, we'll be able to have homes for these ladies. And I just think it's a great time right now for the WNBA. And I hope that they just can continue to go on the rise and move forward and progress.
Yeah, no doubt. You're right. A lot of excitement going on right now with the women coming in. You have Angel Reese. You have Caitlin Clark. You have so many young women coming in here. Matter of fact, right here in Atlanta, she'd be playing with the Chicago Sky, of course. But big shout out to Diamond DeShields coming back from some injuries and some health issues. Now back playing with the Chicago Sky. That's going to be a team that must see TV along to Las Vegas Aces, the I think 2-time defending WNBA champions. So yeah, man, it's a lot of excitement going on, and there's a lot of great personalities. I think like you mentioned last time we were on that the social media and the media are allowing these young ladies to really, we're seeing more of them, seeing the person behind just the player. And, some of these, especially like Aja Wilson, she's pretty funny. I mean, she's a comic. I've watched some little
Asia
clips.
Wilson?
Asia,
Yeah,
I'm
she
sorry.
is
Mhm.
funny. Yeah, she is funny.
Well, I kind of knew. I didn't know that she'd be quite the comedian, but I knew from the first time I saw her, I said, this young lady's already got it. She's gonna go far. I got a chance to interview her when she won the Naismith National High School Player of the Year. Ironically, just down 2 buildings down from where the Dream now play at their stadium. And even then, at I think 17 or 18, it was just she was bubbly, she was dynamic, she wasn't afraid of the camera. And yeah, I said, yeah, this could be the one. Now I had no idea she'd be such a dominant player so quickly, but yeah, it's yeah, the WNBA is doing what you need to do. They got the stars. They're moving teams out. The other team I think is going to be affiliated with the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, the Golden State
So
Warriors.
yep, good stuff. Speaking of good stuff, as I mentioned, the season has started, and let's go around the scoreboard. We have 2 games. The Connecticut Sun lead actually the Indiana Fever, which of course is Caitlin Clark's team. They're up 49-39 at the half. Let me see if I can get any kind of halftime stats here. I'm trying to get it to crank up, but of course it will not do it. And the other game that's going on right now is now in the 4th quarter as the Mystics lead the New York Liberties 71-65. So we are going full throttle. WNBA has started, like I say again, right now at least. Caitlin Clark's Fever trail the Sun 49-39 at the half. So it'll be interesting to see kind of how she fares in her very first game in the WNBA. So that's the update, guys, on what's going on. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. The Braves. Congratulations to them. Big shutout win last night at home against the Chicago Cubs. Braves 25-13. Cubs a pretty good team in their own right. And tonight, Tree, Braves are playing at home, and they have hung up 7 on the Cubs already. 7-0 here in the 4th inning, bottom of the 4th. Braves have scored 6 runs in the bottom of the 4th already. So Braves look like they're trying to make a statement here in this game as they continue to chase the red-hot Philadelphia Phillies. Some people have been talking a little bit about Ronald Acuna. Tree, you played for a while. I mean, should people get really concerned when a top player goes into a slump?
I don't think so. It happens. Every great player cannot be great every night. Don't get me wrong. They will be great most nights, and that's normal. But he is human, and he's going to have games that he's not playing his best. It's just a part of sports. But then the great thing about good athletes is that he'll come back and start playing better. So I don't think it's anything to be concerned about.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's much ado about nothing. Several of the Braves players like him, like Matt Olson, who led the Braves in home runs, set a record, 54 home runs last year. Everybody's so concerned about these guys. I'm like, dude, they're 25-13. Okay.
The beginning
they got
of
like
the
it's a 162 game season. And the good news is something everybody was really worried about. It looks like they, at least so far, are doing pretty good. Everybody's worried about the Braves pitching. The Braves pitchers so far have thrown not 1, not 3, but 5 shutouts. Almost had a no-hitter the other night. So
almost.
Please, Braves fans, shh. Quiet. They'll be all right.
Speaking of Braves, I do want to talk about the 5K that we had this weekend at the Battery for the National Brain Tumor Society. And we had over 1,700 people who walked and ran. I ran. I was actually planning on walking, but I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and run. And so I ran most of it. I did walk up the steep hills, but thank you to every single person who came out, who donated, who supported. We had exceeded our goal this year. Our goal was to raise $250,000, and we did a little over $255,000. And I'm just really excited because we are making a big difference. I was sad because someone else that I met last year at the race, I was looking to see him and his beautiful wife there this year, and he wasn't there because he passed away, unfortunately, at the beginning of the year. And it breaks my heart, but I know that we're doing this so that we don't lose people to brain tumors. So I just want to give a big shout out to everyone who came out to support the National Brain Tumor Society's Georgia Walk and Race. And we look forward to next year where we're going to make it even bigger and better. And we hope that you guys will participate. And if you would like to join in the future, pay attention. It'll be next year sometime, but also with my nonprofit organization, Go Great for a Cure, we are going to do a 5K this fall. So you'll have an opportunity to participate in that as well. But I just wanted to give that quick shout out. You made me think about it when you're talking about the Braves, because we were down at the Battery. That's where we do the 5K. And the Braves stadium was open. So I assumed that they had a game that night later on that evening. But just wanted to give that shout out to everyone. And thank you again for those who support it. It really means a lot.
And anyways, guys, you want to find out more, there it is right there. You can follow her on social media at Purple Diva 13 or at Ms. America International 2022. And also remember, she has another nonprofit, I believe is makingabetter.me.org. Let me see if I can pop that on the screen really quickly here.
Yes, and gogreatforacure.org.
Yep. So you guys, there it is right there. It's Go Great for the Cure. Just pull that together and put .org, and voila, you'll be right there.
Go Great for a Cure, though.
A Cure. All right, let's go ahead and correct that here. We don't want to. Let's get that right here.
Yes, and it is still May. You see, I'm wearing my gray ribbon. I wear my gray every day for my beloved hubby, Chris. And May is Cancer Awareness Month for brain cancer awareness and also brain tumor awareness. And please join me on Fridays and wear gray. Tag me in your posts. But yes, the website would be Go Great for a Cure, and you can do the .org or the .com. We own both. It goes to the same place, but we will definitely post the information in the next coming weeks about our 5K that we will be doing, and hope that you all will take part and even join in my team, which is Chris Doman Forever.
There you go, guys. Right there on the screen, you see it. Go Great for a Cure. And again, she told you can go greatforacure.org or go greatforacure.com. She has both, either one. You guys can check it out. And remember, if you just want to donate, Tuesdays are now Giving Tuesdays. I've been for a while. So give to your favorite organization. And if you have a few shekels, remember, no amount is too small. And of course, no amount is too large. So please, folks, give if you can, when you can, to an organization of your choice. But certainly, Tree's organization, Go Great for a Cure, would be very welcome for your donations. Thank you very much, and please follow accordingly. Again, guys, you're watching and listening to the Real Talk Sports Shows. We broadcast to you on multiple channels. We want to give a big shout out to those people on LinkedIn. We've been getting some viewers now on LinkedIn. We appreciate you guys for tuning in and checking out the broadcast. Also appreciate those of you actually following. We have a page now on LinkedIn, the Real Talk Sports page. So go follow us on LinkedIn, please. We appreciate you. Lots of good stuff going on. All right, we're going to shift gears in just a minute. Like I said, we're going to talk a little football. But before we do that, we're going to take a quick little break. But don't go anywhere. You're listening and watching the Real Talk Sports Show. And we'll be right back in just a few momentos. Thank you, and thank you. Hey, sports fans, tune in for live high school football Fridays, 7:30 p.m. on RealTalkSports.net. Check out your favorite Metro Atlanta teams as they do battle on the gridiron. It's your high school game of the week, live streaming free Friday nights on RealTalkSports.net. For more sports coverage and great sports talk, catch the Real Talk Sports Show Tuesdays, 8 p.m. on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or Twitch. Brought to you by Allen Vigil Ford in Morrow, a business giving back to their community. Give them a call at 678-364-3979 or check them out online at allenvigilford.net.
This is OJ Howard with Real Talk Sports. What's up, guys? This is Tim Tebow. You're listening to Real Talk Sports.
This is Charles Woodson. We grab the mic. You ready? This is Charles Woodson with Real Talk Sports.
Hey, it's your boy JB Smooth with Real Talk Sports. Hey guys, we're back here with the Real Talk Sports Show. I'm the minister, yes, a real one. Jonathan Simmons right next to me, the queen, and she's a real one. The lovely Tree Dolman. We're back both in the building. See, people, and here's why I do this is some people like someone hit me up, and because I also do actually a ministry podcast, and one of my fellow employees, and I've known this woman for years, she said, Jonathan, she said, I saw you like you were outside preaching somewhere. She goes, I didn't know that. I said, you know me all these years? So anyway, I am real. And
a real minister.
Real, yeah, the real one. And Tree is a real beauty queen. She is a two-time winner of Ms. America International. For real. So when we come on and say the
one-time winner, the three-year crown holder.
3-year reign.
Yes, 3-year reign. But it's funny that you say that because one of the things that I was going to do was make an announcement.
We're
talking about being a queen. I actually I'm trying to do it from the television, but I'm doing it crooked. Okay, there we go. So
there we go.
Guess what? I have a new crown.
Dun.
I have a new title.
Whoa.
I'm
Miss
competing.
Johns Creek. The queen is back. She said, I could not resist.
I'm currently Miss Johns Creek USA. And
How about that?
Next month, I am competing for Miss Georgia USA. The cat's out of the bag. The secret is no longer a secret. You guys are the first that I'm telling. I haven't even posted it on my social media yet. And I was done with pageantry as far as competing side. I was never going to compete again. I wanted my last competition to be with my beloved hubby by my side. And when they dropped the age limit, I just kept thinking like, ooh, should I do it? Because this was a childhood dream of mine. I did actually get accepted to Michigan Teen USA. And my mother told me she was going to pay my fees. And then when it was time to do it, she didn't do it. So I did not compete. And that is when I was 17 years old. And so this is a pageant system that I've always wanted to compete in. But when I was of the age, back when they had an age, I wasn't all the way confident. And that's why I did not do it. And so I prayed to God because I don't want to do anything that's outside of his will. And I just kept praying to the Lord, like, Lord, show me if this is what's in your will for me, if you want me to do this or not. And the answer came back, yes. And so I'm competing and looking forward to it. I'm very excited. Like I said, you guys are the first to find out outside of my immediate family and friends. And I'm excited. So
it's congratulations. And meanwhile, back at the ranch on social media, this is Todd. He said his legs got weak and he fell out. Poor Todd. Tree, I think we gotta have to do something with him. Give him some smelling.
Well, guys, we're on the scene here
Sometimes something happens, he gets overwhelmed. Well, I tell you one thing that all of you should be overwhelmed about, that we have not only a minister, not only a queen, but we have a champion. Not one, but 2-time Super Bowl champion, National Black College Alumni Hall of Famer, first ever Carolina Panthers defensive draft selection. I'm talking about the one and only Tyrone Poole is back in the building. Tyrone, what's cooking, man?
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
He on the field, boys. He's on the field. Look
Tyrone.
Hey, how you doing, Miss Tree? Hope everybody's doing well. Yeah, man, I'm out here. I just finished working out a defensive back. So he's a freshman. Well, he's a sophomore. He's a sophomore at Woodward Academy. So, look out for him this fall. I told him with the stuff that I'm pouring into his head and the drills that we're doing, he's going to be a starter. And then also my son, hopefully in the 2028 draft, I'll be one of those proud fathers sitting in the green room, waiting for him to walk across the stage and put that hat on his head. So I got a couple of proteges that I'm trying to raise up.
Oh,
That's good news, brother. I knew that that someone, well, not just someone, but that people were going to find out more and more about Work That Thing, and they were going to avail themselves. Woodward Academy, a Starlight program here in the state of Georgia. The team has gone to multiple Georgia State playoffs, and I believe they won a championship back in 1990. They've contended for championships 4 of the last 7 years. So Woodward Academy, stout football program down there, interesting enough, on the south side, down in College Park.
Yeah, so you're going to have to add Woodward Academy to the schedule along with Jonesboro. So I got to be able to keep up with my protege. So see how he's doing, man. So we got to add Woodward Academy to the Real Talk Sports high school segment when the fall comes in this year, Jonathan.
No doubt. Yeah, we've matter of fact, we're going to ask for some help on that because, another good friend of our show, she has been involved with the Woodward Academy for a while. So we're going to look to call Miss Candace Mitchell to come help us and talk a little bit about Woodward Academy because she was, matter of fact, we were both on the field when they played against that 14-0 team out of South Fulton and played very well there. All right, let's go back to social media real quick. Now, Todd said he got some kind of issue with you, Tyrone. He said he wants to see them trophies.
Hey, this where the trophy started at right here. This is where the trophy started at. The trophy started out here on this football field, putting work in. Work that thing
Surely
out
right.
here on this field.
Well, look, how these guys.
You know what? This right here is like I'm on site, right? I'm on site. This is Tyrone Poole reporting for Real Talk Sports. We're here at such and such high school. Back to you, Jonathan and Tree.
Can I tell you something, Tree?
You did great. You did great, Tyrone.
Tyrone right now is in his element. He looks so hyped out there. I mean, look at that grin. Man, that's a happy man out there. He's like, hey, this is what I do. This is what I do. So congratulations to you, brother. We look forward to it. Now, the other thing's been going on, speaking of on the field, I mean, we are now once again the talk of the national media this year. Atlanta Falcons, of course, everybody knows, unless you've been sleeping in a cave, decide after spending $108 million on Kirk Cousins to bring them back to prominence. They decided at the very first pick with selection number 8 to bring in a highly touted quarterback. Well, guess what, guys? We got the man. He's back after an absence of running around chasing the Falcons. He's had some frat stuff, family stuff. The man who covers the Falcons. He is the embedded beat writer for the AJC Sports for the Atlanta Falcons. He's also a legendary decorated sports writer, and he is Esquire par excellence. You know what I'm talking about, guys. He's back. D. Orlando Ledbetter is in the building. D. Led, what's up, man?
Hey, not too much, Reverend Tree and Tyrone. How y'all doing tonight?
Doing good.
How you doing, sir? All right.
You Led, you see Tyrone back on the field, sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna go join them. We're gonna race for the race of money for something. I think I might lose.
And we still can do it now. Y'all want. We can still.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah,
get it going now. So I still got a little bit left.
Oh my gosh. Well, D. Led, I know everybody here has got questions for you. I don't even know where to start. Falcons have been the talk of the town, the talk of the state, talk of the nation. What's been going up there at the Falcons camp? I'm sure that everybody wants to know what's the feeling for the dynamic that you've seen in a little interaction between the two quarterbacks.
Yeah, Kurt's a pro. The kid's well matured, 6-year college veteran. So yeah, no drama here. It's not like Michael Vick's people jumping on the Chris Chandler folks in the stands at the Georgia Dome back in the day. It's been real quiet thus far. The kid's trying to learn the pro ropes, and Kurt's trying to lead the Falcons to the Super Bowl, is what we heard today from Kirk Cousins.
No doubt. Tree, questions for D. Led with all the buzz around the Falcons.
Yes, D. Led. Hi. It's so great to
Ms.
see you
Tree.
back.
Great class.
I would like to know, what grade do you give the Falcons for their draft this year?
I gave them an A-. I like the move getting Penix. Sets them up for the long term. The only problem I had was the Rook Arua with the second round pick. They traded up to get him. They could have probably sat there and gotten him without trading for the picks. And the rest of the guys are real solid picks that should develop into. Some of them will develop into NFL players. You know, the record is you're hitting pretty good if you get on 30% of your picks. So I don't, people get overexcited about these rookies like they're gonna come in and change the world, and that's just never really the case. In a couple years, 3 years down the road, you hope they're still with you, and you hope they're playing. Like Richie Grant, he's still with them, but he might not be playing no more. But you got to give him some time to develop and adjust to the NFL game. It's a real hard leap from the college football field to playing in the National Football League.
Tyrone, questions for D-Led?
Yeah, I got one good question for D-Led. And to get D-Led's opinion, both of us have followed the game, the NFL. I played it. D-Led is following it and understands it tremendously. D-Led, do you agree or disagree that the route that the Falcons, the way that they're thinking for the future, they are thinking in the right direction? Yes, they have Kirk Cousins and they drafted a quarterback. But when you look at all the teams that are winning, that have utilized a veteran quarterback to tutor a younger quarterback. You look at everybody talk about the Green Bay Packers, how Brett Favre tutored Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love. So it's like the Packers offense has never lost a beat. Do you think that's what the Falcons were thinking? And do you think that's going to be beneficial for them down the road?
Yes, Tyrone, I think they said that's what they were thinking. They called it the Green Bay model. And, I knew exactly what they were talking about and what they were doing. I covered the Packers for the 90s, from 92 to 2000 before I came to Atlanta. And I was there every year that they drafted a quarterback under Ron Wolf and Mike Holmgren, Aaron Brooks, Ty Detmers, Mark Brunell, Kurt Warner. They had all these cats coming through there every year. And Aaron Brooks. And once they developed them, they traded them. If they couldn't beat out Favre, and they had to expose Brunell in the Jacksonville draft, so he got picked up. Matt Hasselbeck went with Holmgren when he left. So developing quarterbacks, they did it better than nobody else. And if you look at the Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love succession, they've been in playoffs 23 times and won 2 Super Bowls. Falcons, of course, can't match that playoff record, and they're 0 on the Super Bowl. So it's about time that somebody in the league took notice and said, "Hey, we got to do something about developing quarterbacks, and maybe we need to look at this Green Bay model."
And my last question, if I may, the money that the Falcons gave Kirk Cousins, do you think, in your opinion, that was money that I know the fans look at it and say, wow, they just gave him all that money and they draft a quarterback. But I look at it like this. I think they're saying, Kirk Cousins, we're going to pay you money, right? We're paying you for your wisdom. We're giving you extra money for your wisdom so that you can, again, teach this young kid, right? So what do you think about that? Is that like what you think that's kind of like they do in corporate America? We're going to pay you a bonus for this, when we know we're not going to really use you for that, but we're paying you for your IQ. What do you think?
Yeah.
Is that a good assessment?
Yeah, I think it is, Tyrone. It's called intellectual property. So, that has a price on it. And when you look at the contracts that just got done in the last couple of days, he's already the 9th paid quarterback in the league, which is about right. Dak hasn't gotten his deal done, but the deals that have gotten done are in line. So really the people in uproar about how much money it costs, they're kind of out of line and out of touch with what is going on at the quarterback position. They gave up money, $100 million guaranteed and 80 on top of that. They didn't give up 3 first-round picks and $230 million, which is what Cleveland gave up for Deshaun. They didn't give up 3 first-round picks and player is what Denver gave up to get Russell Wilson. So when you look at it in its totality, they got a pretty good deal at 180.
There you go. Let's go to social media. Todd says, are the Falcons the favorite to win the division, and did we get better?
Yes, and we'll see. They were 7-10. The division was 9-8, and they blew games to 4 bum teams. So they got to be better. You can't lose to Bryce Young and the Panthers 9-7. You can't lose to Tennessee. You win the games you're supposed to win. That team wins 10 games, and we're not talking about this right now. Now, they got to get better on the defensive side of the ball, and that's got to be through coaching because they haven't gotten a lot of additions over there this year. They lost both of their top 2 sackers, so they got to figure out how to stop the run, and they got to figure out how to get to the quarterback because they didn't do anything on the back end either. So the coaches must believe they can coach up what they have. The offense is going to get better with a functional pro quarterback, and you should be in every game that you play this year except for maybe that Kansas City game when they come here to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
So AC already wants to know, D-Led, with the changes of the kickoff rule, who do you think the Falcons are looking at to be their new kick returner?
Haley Williams, I don't know. The fans probably forgot about him since he didn't play last year, but he led the league in punt returns, and this kickoff is basically a punt return. I saw it today for the first time, and it's weird watching people stand there until the ball hits the landing zone. And then, the ball hits, and then all kind of breaks loose. Right. It looks like, we're watching it. They were taking everything up the middle. And you got a fast guy, he can get there until he gets popped real good, and then, he's out. but I was, sitting there drawing stuff, and Raheem saw me. He's like, what are you doing, lad? I was like, yeah, I think I'm overloading. I think I'm going to hit us. I'm going to try to get crease the zone. He was like, you can't overload. So I guess that's like a wedge block. So I don't know if you build up a wall or you can cross block. I got to get caught up on how you try to block that thing. If it's just one-on-one blocking and your receiver, you got a mismatch somewhere, then you just get in behind that guy and go as fast as you can.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think the Falcons have brought some guys in for special teams. Let's go back social media. Todd is saying, rumor is Mr. Blank has lost his mind. He wants to know, was he the guy that made the decision to get Kirk? He wasn't draft firm, so he made was Arthur Blank really the big gun behind that, D-Led?
No, I think not. He's informed. Thomas Dimitroff said, if you think he wasn't informed, you're tripping, basically. And so they, this formula to get 2 quarterbacks, and they gotta, if you're dropping $100 million on the table, the owner knows about it. So yeah, right. That's not his call. But the football people say, hey, here are the best quarterbacks available, and this is how much they cost. And they come back after the combine because they met with the agents and did all the legal tampering that they're in trouble with for right now. And then the owner decides, okay, let's go get that guy. And so that's the way it went down, in my knowledge, and the way we reported that it went down.
Is this right? The estimated payout to him is front loaded this year, around $67 million. Does that sound accurate?
No, it doesn't sound accurate. It's $50 million over the first 2 years.
Leave it to Todd. All right. One more social media. H.C. Hardy said that although it was reported that Cousins and a few receivers worked out with John Gruden, do you feel it helped the offense get more acquainted with each other and get together? Is that report true or not true?
No, they did not work out with John Gruden. In our story, I wrote it. It should be posted on AJC.com. They flew down to John Gruden's office in Tampa and spent 3 or 4 hours watching film. They didn't work out together, but they did do some film study with him last week. And it was Kyle Pitts, Drake London, and Darnell Mooney and Kirk Cousins. So They did go see John Gruden, who has been who resigned from the league for making racist and homophobic comments in emails that was reported by the New York Times. He's suing the league and so forth. So it's kind of been disgraced and estranged coach from the league. But Cousins is a friend of the Gruden family. He played for Jay Gruden with Washington. And so that was your connection for this meeting with Coach Gruden.
Got it. Tree, any other comments or questions for D-Led?
No, I mean, what's your early pick of how well you think the Falcons will do?
Yeah, I'm not going for that sucker soft schedule move until I see, I know Raheem can coach. I know that I seen that when he was here and he coached those boys through that 2020 season when, Coach Quinn got fired. And I was here in Atlanta when he was coaching in Tampa Bay and had a team that almost went to the playoffs and so forth without a quarterback with, Josh Freeman as his quarterback. So I know he can coach and he'll have him ready to play. And, when things don't go right, he'll be able to make adjustments. I'm worried about, him having 2 first-year coordinators who've never called plays in the NFL. That's going to be a hurdle for him to get over. So, best case scenario, smooth sailing. Yeah, you're back in the playoffs and with 10-plus wins. If something's off a little bit, Zach Robinson can't call games, or Jimmy Lake is calling a Pac-12 game on defense and we're getting scorched by Derek Carr, then, it can go sideways. It's the NFL. Margin error is pretty small. Nobody's got a team that's stockpiled to go out and steamroll people like the old Steelers used to do. So, he's got a hit on, most variables, you got to hit on. But you got the biggest one in place if the quarterback's Achilles is healed, then you're going to be able to play with most teams. So, you can put the Chiefs and probably somebody else off to the side and say, hey, they're going to be at 15 games. They need to win 10 of them. So then that puts you at 10-7. That gives you the division. You get to go to the playoffs and try to upset somebody like Tampa Bay did last year, beat the Eagles, and play Detroit tough. They didn't get blown out. Like, Cleveland got to the playoffs and got rocked. The Giants did an upset the year before and got rocked in the playoffs and then, went backwards. So, you want to be building and moving forward. And for the Falcons right now, that means getting on top of the division and getting to the playoffs and, maybe even getting a win or two and reviving, what's been a dormant program here in Atlanta with 6 straight losing seasons. Got to keep letting them know that, hey, y'all been losing for a while. Don't be walking around here like y'all won something just because you signed a couple quarterbacks.
It's Atlanta. Our fans are partly delusional. All right, D-Les, we get towards the end of the broadcast. Give us a couple other names of some players that kind of stuck out for you, some guys we might want to look at as possibly making the team and even making an impact.
Yeah, I'm looking at the receiver. They took Casey Washington in the 6th round out of Illinois. He had some good numbers for the Big Ten. 40 catches is like 80 catches, in the run-heavy Big Ten. But he had 39-inch vertical. Saw him go up catch some balls today. So, if something happens to Mooney or any one of the receivers or Hodge or somebody like that, if they can get him ready on special teams, he might be a guy that could thrive in this offense. Because, last year Puka Nacua did a job in L.A. He was a 5th-round pick. He was only picked 10 spots ahead of this kid. So I'm automatically watching him. I don't think the big guys, you can't really tell anything until they get some pads on and you see their motor. But I like the way the Brandon Dorless kid and the Ruka Roar kid talks. Braylon Trace didn't have enough sacks for me. He's just one of those try hard, work hard guys, and we've seen that. He'll get a sack when he runs it down. But I want to see him play. And the kid, too, from Notre Dame. I watched a lot of Notre Dame games, and J.D. Bertram from Blessed Trinity, You know, he's a tough, hard-nosed football player. You got to have those type of guys on your team. Zion Lowe's the rookie from Georgia. He's a big guy, and hey, you need some big guys. So the big guys, I got to see them in pass. Miss Tree knows that better than anything else. They all look good right now in them shorts and helmets and stuff.
D-Led, I got some breaking news for you, sir. I was trying to get you a hat deal, but I got the next best thing for you. This breaking news, H.C. Hardy said he's going to provide game day bow ties for the rest of the season for D. Orlando Ledbetter.
All right. That's a dynamite.
That's awesome.
Yes, sir. So we look forward to D-Led Sporting. You guys can follow him on Instagram. You'll see that he has he always breaks them out right before the game. You'll see the gear. You'll see the hat that he selected, the bow tie. So H.C. Hardy said that'll be on him. So we look forward to see the array of bow ties that will be popping out for Mr. D. Orlando Ledbetter. H.C. Hardy, appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, very much so. That'd be dynamite.
All right, Tree, any last questions for D-Led as we get to the end of the broadcast?
No more from me. I mean, I'm just he just said it all. We got to see what they do when they put on the pads. I'm looking forward to seeing what the Falcons will do this year.
So D-Led, I mean, for me, it looks like in watching kind of the way they've assembled the team that they really are putting the emphasis on trying to get pass rush up the middle. I mean, they put a lot of big guys, a lot of emphasis there. Obviously, expecting Grady to come back and be, at least 95% of what Grady was before the injury. But I'm just wondering, man, do they have enough speed on the edge? Because to me, they lost games because they couldn't get quarterbacks down to the ground when they left the pocket. So, am I reading it right? They're thinking, hey, we need to get push up the middle. We got big guys for that. We can rotate, and then we're going to try to collapse the pocket inward.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Raheem about that today. That'll be my Sunday story, the vision for the defense. And it's pretty clear that they're trying to put, improve the front seven of the defense because they didn't do much with the D-backs. So, and he said they wanted versatile, bigger, longer bodies. So, so they can go with a NASCAR package and have kind of 4 defensive end types up there. Talked to Arnold Ebiketie this today, and I got him on one side and Lorenzo Carter and Trice on the other side since they didn't sign Calais Campbell back. And the speed guy that they thought would chase down the quarterbacks last year was Troy Anderson. And so he's back. It's a make or break year for him. The kid from Montana State. He should be the guy that can chase the quarterbacks down for you because he was a quarterback. And if it's not him, then the Notre Dame kid will get a chance. And then you got Nate Landman, who could definitely stop the run, but had trouble in coverage. So that's how that front looks to me right now. Ebiketie, second-round pick, hadn't done much. Time to see if he could play. Troy Anderson, second-round pick in the same draft. Time to see if he can play. They had Richie Grant out there last year. Richie can play nickelback. But, I mean, you don't spend a second-round pick on a nickelback. So, can he get better in coverage? And he'll get tested. He's going to get tested because teams will stay away from Jesse Bates. So, if he can't beat out DeMarco Hallam, then, that's a second-round pick that, won't be here this year or the next.
The 2 guys I'm really interested in is Troy Anderson, who I thought – to some degree, they were playing the guy out of position at that inside linebacker spot because he, to me, wasn't big enough to take that punishment. I thought, hey, man, get this guy as a rover back, move him around so these big boys can't get their helmets on him. And I'm also intrigued about the kid they got from Ohio State, Harrison. In the second half, man, he looked like they might have some with him. So those are 2 guys I'm looking for, and I'd love to get your feedback during the season on how those 2 guys are looking.
Yeah, no doubt. Harrison's one to keep an eye on. And with the kids from the 1AA programs and so forth, whatever we call it now, FCB or BCS, I don't know. But, those guys, they're not used to that pounding that the SEC guys get or the Big Ten guys get, and they tend to get injury prone. And so, his body's got to mature. They got to get him in the weight room so, he doesn't, You know, he got hurt last year. He's been hurt a lot since he's been here. So his durability is going to be key. But, yeah, he's definitely one that we need to see if he's going to hold up over time. And Harrison has a big upside and could flash, but he need to do it, you know, every Sunday. We saw a couple Sundays, even at Ohio State. I mean, I watched the Michigan game every year, and I remember him making a tackle the last 3 years in the Michigan game when tackles were needed. They got steamrolled the last couple times, and I think he was on the field probably getting blocked.
Like I say again, hopefully he can show us what he needs to show us for the whole season, because I mean, certainly he fits the part. You know, big guy, 6'5", 270-something pounds, huge wingspan. So hopefully we can see more of what he can do, like you said, on a regular basis. Well, speaking of seeing more guys, you know how we do it. Anytime we have a guest or a co-host come on, we like to let you guys know how you can find out more about them. So as we do it each and every week, D. Orlando Ledbetter, the floor is yours.
Yes, Reverend. Thank you so much. We'll be doing the Bowtie Chronicles podcast tomorrow after the schedule release. And you can find that on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. Thanks for having me. Great seeing you.
Yeah,
D-Led. Thank you, sir. Thank you, and God bless.
Likewise.
Bye.
All right, guys. Now for the queen.
Hello, everyone. You can find me on social media at Purple Diva 13, as well as Miss America International 2022.
The queen has spoken. Almost lost myself. There I am. Okay. All right, guys. You can follow me anywhere on social media at Real Talk Sports and number 7. Actually, follow the show. Real Talk Sports and number 7. You can follow me personally at Minister J. Sim. You also can tune in. Like I said, I am a real live minister. Check me out on Wednesday mornings on the Clarion Call Show. We broadcast at 10:30 a.m. every Wednesday. So I try to bring the scriptures into modern day life so you can be a doer of the word, not just hearers only. And speaking of that, I need you to do something. If you don't know the Lord Jesus Christ, your personal Savior, please, man, please, sir, you got to get him to know him today. All the crazy things that are going on in this world, you got to be aware that the world is ending soon. And so if you repent of your sins and believe in him, two great things happen. Number one, you become a citizen of the kingdom of heaven. And number two, you become an adopted child of God with all the rights therein. That means you now go to God like a heavenly parent, ask him for anything you need or desire, and according to his will, he'll give it to you. And when you die, you go to that spectacular, beautiful, wonderful place called heaven. No pain, no pandemic, no bad people anywhere. You never get old, you never die. And it never gets dark because the glory of God illuminates the kingdom. And here's the cool thing. You now get to see the creator of the universe, his son, Jesus, who died for you, and all the people of love face to face. And you avoid that nasty place called hell. All the places I just mentioned won't be there. It's dark, it's dreary. You have the devil, all his demons, and all the worst people ever to live on the earth to deal with. And most of all, you cut off from God, from Jesus Christ, and all the people of love forever and a day. I don't know about you, but I like option number 1 instead of option number 2. All right, guys, until the next time we get back together again, you know how we do it. We simply say to you, God bless you, and have a wonderful rest of the day or evening, whichever may apply. So long, and take care.